Okay, and 2.5 then to Zakinto as they head up now towards the half mile in the QE2, and they're right out in the centre. They're almost nearer the outside as they now start to cut back towards the inner as they come to the turn. A Clam on the inside and Neck in front from Rip Van Winkle, and then 3 lengths away is Delegator sitting in the slipstream of the favourite, and 3 away is Zakinto. Coming around the turn now, 2.5 left to go, and Johnny Murder says go. He kicks for home now on Rip Van Winkle. Opens up a gap of a length now on a Clam. Now on the outside is Frankie. He's waiting on Delegator, about to press the button. Rip Van Winkle, he's gone for the whip, giving him a slap. He's waiting on Delegator. Zakinto is swooping on the far side. Rip Van Winkle, a furlong left to go. Now Zakinto on the outside and Delegator. It's Rip Van Winkle shortening stride. Zakinto on the outside trying to pick him back. Rip Van Winkle's digging. He's digging deeper. He's found it. And Rip Van Winkle has pulled it out of the fire. He looked beaten, but he came back to win the QE2.
They're coming past the 3 furlong marker now in this Queen Elizabeth II Stakes, and Shadaid is the leader, being pressed all the time by Kuyonga in the sheepskin nose band for Allen. Just behind them comes Second Set, then 49er Days under pressure. Selkirk's coming there quite strongly. It's Shadaid from Kuyonga, these old Royal Ascot rivals, with Second Set putting in a tremendous run. Then comes Selkirk, finishing fast on the near side. It's Shadaid on the far side, but Selkirk and Kuyonga pressing all the time. Selkirk is beginning to take it up now as the race towards the line. Selkirk is going to win it and at the line. Selkirk is the winner. Kuyonga is second, Shadaid is third.
3. Race on in earnest now. It's blatant, flat to the board. Starcraft easing up on his outside with Sleeping Indian. Rackety out in the centre, being tackled by Mullins Bay, and Frankie's now coming over to the near side with Dabawi. But it's Starcraft who's gone for home now. Starcraft the first to strike for home. He pulls the whip Lemare. Here's Dabawi on his outside from blatant Sleeping Indian. Rackety starting to flounder out in the centre. Starcraft with a rail though is finding plenty. He's about a neck in front. Dabawi's trying hard to wear him down. Starcraft sticking to his guns. The Aussie's too good. Starcraft wins the QE2. Dabawi second, Blatant third, Rackety fourth.
He's got a lead of 2 or 3 lengths over Ridgewood Pearl coming to the turn. In third placing, Mr. Martini losing ground. Bishop of Cashel coming into it now as they round the corner from Soviet Line, and Muhab's dropped out to last. Straightening up with 2 furlongs to go. It's Bari in front by a length and a half. Ridgewood Pearl now giving chase. Followed then on the inside by Bishop of Cashel, and further back is Soviet Line. But coming up with a furlong left to go, it's Bari 3 in front. The filly's trying hard, but she's making no impression. Further back is Soviet Line. And this has been a tactical triumph for Willie Carson. Bari 3 or 4 lengths in front and careering away with the Queen Elizabeth II Stakes. It's Bari who's going to go on and win here. In second placing is Ridgewood Pearl. Third then Soviet
2 or 3 away, that is Ravens Pass, followed then by Henry the Navigator, Sabana Petita, and also Winker Watson. Well, there'll be no complaints about the pace today. Up towards the half mile, and its honoured guest on the inside is beaten off Rassinger. They're 3 or 4 lengths to Tamier's, and further back in the field then Ravens Pass. Henry the Navigator sits about 8 or 10 lengths off the pace from Winker Watson and Sabana Petita. Coming up towards the home turn now, and he's still riding hard, Colin O'Donoghue here on the pacemaker honoured guest, and he's about 6 or 7 lengths clear. Then on the outside, on the inside, Rassinger, followed by Tamier's. Further back then Ravens Pass. Henry the Navigator taken to the outside now. Further back then Winker Watson on the inner. Inside the 2, the leader's gone. And in the centre, it's Tamier's who now goes into the lead from Ravens Pass. Henry the Navigator swooping on the outside. Ravens Pass gets the lead now from Tamier's, but here's Henry. It's Ravens Pass and Henry the Navigator, stride for stride now. It's Ravens Pass, punched right out. He gets his revenge. It's Ravens Pass who's going to win the QE2. Ravens Pass has won it from Henry the Navigator. Third then Sabana Petita, followed by Tamier's.
Leader from Ivan Denisovic and Librettis. Now moving around the outside for Frankie. He's anxious to put on the real pressure early in the race. Back and forth is a Rafa, followed by Killy Beggs, and they're followed by Proclamation, George Washington back in the field. And 2 lengths last then is Court Masterpiece. But racing up past the half mile, and Librettist is wide. On the inside, River Tiber with a pink cap. Ivan Denisovic in the centre with Killy Beggs. A Rafa behind them. George Washington racing kindly. On the outside is Proclamation as they round the corner now, and Court Masterpiece is last. Heads a turn for home in the QE2. Killy Beggs gets the better of the pacemaker. Here on the outside is Librettist. A Rafa's there as a danger. George Washington is tracking him and going well. A furlong furlong and a half left to go. A Rafa grabs Killy Beggs. Now Mick Canada's angling to get out on George Washington. He's got a full horse underneath him now as they race inside the two. It's a Rafa being tackled now by George Washington. George Washington, the near side, grabs the lead, and it's the real gorgeous George today. He starts to draw away. A spectacular win of the QE2. George Washington beats a Rafa. Third then Court Masterpiece.
The entrance to the home straight, and it's Blatant the leader on the inside from Dubai Destination in the royal blue. Frankie Dettori, then Falbrav, who's on his inside now. Further back in the field then is Where a Winner's trapped out wide. Russian Rhythm is behind them from Soviet Song, and then Tillerman and Norse Dancer as they swing the corner. And the leader here on the far side, the pacemaker Blatant, now kicking for home, goes 2 lengths in front of Falbrav, who's got him well within his sights. Dubai Destination shaken up. Russian Rhythms emerging as a threat, followed then by Soviet Song, and Guerra went down the outside, but inside the two, he says go on Falbrav, moves up on the outside, grabs the leader in a stride. Russian Rhythms the big danger, followed then by Tillerman. It's Falbrav in front. Russian Rhythm puts her head down. She's trying to wear down this leader, but Falbrav's a little bit too classy. He might be the best horse in the world. He's drawing away Falbrav and wins the QE2 in good style. Comes back from the mile and a quarter. It's Falbrav who wins from Russian Rhythm and Tillerman. Blatant behind them from Soviet Song.
2 lengths to Bosrasham, 3 parts to Charnwood Forest. A length away then Mark of Esteem tucked in on the inside of First Island. A length further back Ashkalani starting to move up on the outside of Soviet Line as they leave the half mile behind them, racing towards the 3 now, and the entrance to the home straight. Bijou Dan kicks away, 2 lengths to Bosrasham. 3 parts away then is Charnwood Forest, followed on the outside by First Island. Then Mark of Esteem in behind them from Ashkalani, giving the leader 6 lengths into the straight now with Soviet Line. As they straighten in the Queen Elizabeth II stakes, Bijou Dan the first one to go for home. Here's Bosrasham on the near side, looming up from Charnwood Forest. Mark of Esteem angling to get out. Then First Island, and down the outside Ashkalani. A furlong and a bit to go now. Bosrasham takes it up. She goes for home. Here's Mark of Esteem who gets into the clear from First Island. Charnwood Forest. Ashkalani can't win. 100 yards left to go. Bosrasham is grabbed now by Mark of Esteem. He's too good, the colt. And it's Mark of Esteem who goes on to win the QE2 stakes. In second placing,
As they pass the half mile, and it's Gold Academy out in front here for Pat Edry, leads by a length and a half, Dubai Millennium. On the far side, Belisada now being niggled, followed then by Al Mushtarak, who's at the tail of the field as heads a swing turn for home in the QE2. And in the centre, it's Gold Academy being tackled now by Dubai Millennium, who now races to him very quickly. Al Mushtarak called on for an effort. Behind them is Belisada. They race up with a furlong left to go. It's Dubai Millennium, the odds-on favourite, now careering away. He's opened up a gap of 4 lengths on Al Mushtarak. Frankie Dettori steals a peep over the shoulder. He's well clear. Dubai Millennium about 5 in front, in no danger, and goes on to win the QE2 as an odds-on favourite should. Dubai Millennium wins it by 5 or 6 lengths.
Getting a little bit closer, and then Green Line Express. They're racing towards the half-mile marker, and still Zilzal, the favourite, in the lead from Polish President. Cash Asmussen in second. Distant Relative gets a close third now, going up on the outside of Polish President. Then Cottenham, and then Green Line Express. Racing into the home turn, Zilzal from Polish President and Distant Relative. Then comes Cottenham, and making ground towards the outside, Green Line Express into the straight. Zilzal and Walder Swinburne from Cash Asmussen on Polish Precedent. Distant Relative comes there on the stand side. Behind them, Cottenham and Green Line Express. The chips are down now as they race to the furlong pole. Zilzal, the unbeaten Zilzal, being chased all the time by Polish Precedent, but Zilzal is holding him. Zilzal going away now to retain his unbeaten record. Zilzal is going to win it in tremendous style. Zilzal wins the Queen Elizabeth II stakes. Second is Polish Precedent. Third is Distant Relative. 4 and 5 are Green Line Express and Cottenham, and so an electrifying performance.
Is held up at the rear of the field, so Bullet Train out in front, still with a clear advantage, and now Frankel and the group at the centre is sent off pursuit of the pacemaker. Dick Turpin and Dubawi Gold deciding where they're going to go. Dick Turpin heading towards the stand side. Ex-Celebration with Poet's Voice, Immortal Verse and Side Glance. Bullet Train, the pacemaker, still has a lead of about 5 to 6 lengths. Frankel is towing up the main group with Ex-Celebration, Poet's Voice, Immortal Verse, White and Green beginning to steal field closer. 2 furlongs out, the moment of truth as Frankel moves alongside Bullet Train. Immortal Verse in danger of running up the back of the pacemaker. Frankel is asked to stretch, has found 2 to 3 lengths. X Celebration and Immortal Verse. Frankel being held together. X Celebration 2 lengths down. Frankel now in full cry. X Celebration and Immortal Verse. 2 quality horses are made to look mere mortals as Frankel remains unbeaten and wins the QE2. X Celebration was second, tight third. Immortal Verse from Dubawi Gold. Dick Turpin, then Poet's Voice, next home.